Hello. So it's wonderful that you are here with us today on Women of Color in Business podcast. I would like to start by giving you the opportunity to introduce yourself and your business to our audience.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I love what you stand for. I am the founder of Black and Green. Black and Green is a marketplace where we sell all natural products created by Black women. So your podcast speaks to the ethos of our brand. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you a bit about how we got started. So
Yeah.
my background is in public health. I was reading an article that the products marketed to Black people are more toxic than the products market to everyone else. And to be honest with you, I bit nerd and geeked out where I started researching every single ingredient on every single product to make sure I wasn't putting anything toxic on my skin. I started sending a list to all my friends and family saying, y'all should not put this toxic junk on you.
Wow. Wow.
And folks started complaining to me. They said, Kristen, your background is in public health, not ours. We don't have the time or the energy to look up every single ingredient. Just tell us a list of products to use. I said, okay, I can do that. So I went back to my list. I started finding products that I put my stamp of approval on. And I started sending those to my friends and family and say, hey, try these products, try this one. Maybe this will be easier for you. About 6 months into that journey, I read the book Our Black Year by Maggie Anderson. She was telling a story about how her family committed to buying Black for a full year. And I was
Mm.
moved by this. I was
Mhm.
like, wow. And she kind of unpacked how every single decision was a choice and it was a vote and how she chose to vote with her dollar. And I said, oh my gosh, I can do the same thing. I can vote with my dollar. I want to support Black women owned brands, so I can be very intentional about buying from Black women owned brands. And
Yeah.
so I went back to my list. I said, okay, I want them to be all natural and non toxic, but also Black women owned. And so I went
Ah,
back to scratching things off. And I said, okay, here's the list of products I like. And I would, again, send it to my friends and my family. I'm always sending them stuff. And they said, okay, Kristen, okay, we got you, we got you. But again, we're not going to all these different websites to buy stuff. We just gonna run to our marketplace and buy them all. Like,
gotcha.
it's just too hard. And so
Right.
Black and Green was born in a response to my friends and family problems and my own problems of trying to find all natural, non-toxic products that were created by Black women.
That is beautiful. I am so excited. I love what your mission is for your business and what you do and how you bring Black women owned businesses together in one marketplace for the consumer, because that's a passion that is very close to my heart. I love patronizing Black businesses and Black women owned businesses
Yes,
because I
yes.
know how we change the world when we expand, when we get wealth. So that is beautiful. I love that. Wonderful. And your name of your company again is Black and Green.
Exactly. Black because it's Black women and green because it's all green natural products.
Beautiful. And how long have you been in business?
I started Black and Green in 2017.
Okay. Wonderful. So about 6 years. So you've passed your 5 year mark.
Yes, I'm
Congratulations to
past.
you.
Thank you. I'm past the mark when I'm supposed to shut down and stop doing business. So I made it past it.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, in getting your business started, tell us a little bit about your journey. Was funding your business done with personal funds, with grants, loans, or with money from family? How did you fund your business?
Yeah, in the very beginning, I it was my dream, so I funded my business. The very first thing I think I funded was I wanted to do a photo shoot. And my brain, in order for me to tell the story of Black and Green for folks to understand what I'm trying to create, I need photos of it. So I rented an Airbnb. I hired a photographer. I went to an agency that had Black models, and that was the first thing that I spent my money on creating. The second thing was my second thing I purchased was I hired a social media manager because I knew I didn't have enough time to still be a professor and
Yes.
still market my company the way I wanted to. So those are the first two things I invested my own personal money in. Now, I don't have any venture capitalists. I don't have an investor. I apply for grants. That's the main way I get access to capital now, as I continue to run Blk and Grn.
Okay, wonderful. So it's very interesting. So you had the idea to take photographs. It was it photographs of products that you were
No,
featuring?
I did. Yeah, I mean, I tried. Um, as I made my list of products, I was trying them and I was approving them. I
Uh-huh.
said, okay, I want them to be on Blk and Grn, and I was sending out cold emails to folks that, hey, I want to set up this website. Can I include your product on that website? And I was getting interest from these other Black women who's like, sure, we love your dream. We love what you're trying to do. We want to help support you. So at my photo shoot I did have about 10 of those products that people who agreed to be on Blk and Grn, but a lot of the photos were just the models. And what was beautiful about Blk and Grn, it was like a whole lifestyle, it was a
Uh-huh.
whole mindset. So it was about
Mm.
wellness and self-care and
Yeah.
self-love. And so I
Yeah.
had a photo shoot to try to embody that ethos.
Got you. Got you. You're conceptualizing what your mission is and who it was
Exactly.
for, so
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
we can see that those photographs and get a feeling for what you were putting out there, not just the
Yes,
products
ma'am.
but the lifestyle. Got it. Oh,
Exactly.
that sounds beautiful. Okay. And so you were self-funded in the beginning. Now, did you have any entrepreneur mentors in your family to pull from their experiences? Or was this just a first for you? You stepped out there and you were making it work.
I mean, the beautiful thing of it is that I do come up from a family of entrepreneurs. My father and my mother have both started their own business. And
Oh,
so
wow.
I had a sounding board when I was trying to think things through. I had folks I go to and ask them, folks being my parents. And so they
Yes.
were a very good sounding board for me to bounce ideas off of. I had a long conversation with my cousin about my idea, what I wanted to create. And so I am proof that the network and the community is so pivotal and important when creating a business. Because I leaned on all my friends and all my family to bounce my ideas off of as I was creating Blk and Grn.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. Having both parents being entrepreneurs and able to um, help you along on your journey, and also family and friends. And that's one of the, I think, one of the great benefits about being entrepreneurs, that you get the chance to help others along their
Yes,
journey.
yes.
So I guess, when you started your entrepreneur journey, you knew there was a definite need because you already had family and friends saying, we need this, right?
Absolutely. Um,
Yes.
and then I think my dissertation I wrote on for my doctorate degree was around health disparities. And so that was another push of why I wanted to
Ah,
create Blk and Grn.
yes.
Because health disparities is a huge systematic problem that I cannot fix. But I know that toxic products are being marketed to my people. And so I
Yes.
wanted to try to change that narrative by making it easier for them to access non-toxic products.
Got you. And that's very eye-opening because I had never considered that aspect of, because I think a lot about things that are not made for us, by us.
Mhm.
But I never thought about how toxic they can be and them being more toxic because the people that are making them care less about us. I mean, a
Mm.
lot of times I know I've noticed that you see hair care products that are not made by a Black entrepreneur.
Yep,
And you can tell, look like they just mix some stuff up and slapped a Black face,
yep,
on the container
yep.
and named it something Black, like Nubian or something, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not Black produced. It wasn't Black created.
Yes.
So that's a great information you're putting out there to alert us that, we need
Yeah.
to check and see, or
Mm-hmm.
consider that these things are actually more toxic for us
Yes. Yes.
because they're not caring about, those
Mm-mm.
regulations or what it's going to do to us because they're not us.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I think what we have to realize is that we have power. Black folks spend twice as much on personal care products compared to any other demographic. We're spending money in the beauty industry, and they
Wow.
know that. That
Yes.
the white boy sitting up in his factory, he knows that, and so
Yes.
he's creating stuff targeting at us because we spend our money, but we aren't paying attention to what they're targeting towards us and all the toxic ingredients in it.
Got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, have you seen the industry change since you started your business 6 years ago? Have you seen more clean products out there produced by more Black woman enterprises?
Yes, yes, I definitely have seen the industry change. What's kind of interesting is that Black women were always creating non-toxic products. The issue was they were making it for their friends and their family. It wasn't
Ah,
actual business. They went out to the marketplace and they said, I don't like this stuff. I'm going to go home and make my own. I'm going to
yes,
share it with my friends and family. And then, so we always have had a system of creating our own things for our
yes.
own people. Is now I'm trying to help us reach other folks to get that. So now you might not know Susie over there who's making something for you, but I can get you to go buy some Susie stuff because Susie stuff is amazing. So
Got
it's,
you.
it's interesting that I found that when I was looking for non-toxic products that are created by Black women, it was very easy to find. I did not struggle trying to find that. I
Oh,
have seen our marketplace, our what's happening in the United States is that there's more regulations coming out about the kind of ingredients that you can have
okay.
in products. Because what's also interesting is that the United States allows the most toxic chemicals in products. Every other
Mhm.
country has hundreds and thousands of things banned that they don't allow in their
Uh-huh.
products. There's a,
Right.
it's an interesting thing that money drives America more than it drives in other countries. Health
Mm.
drives in some other countries more than it does here. So it's
Wow.
very interesting to see how this trend towards buying green and being natural and being cognizant about your ingredients has increased where more folks care now. You see organic popping up everywhere. You're seeing greenwashing happening where folks are saying they want an all natural green product, and then folks are stacking the word natural on it. The word natural is not regulated. So
Uh,
that's the the issue with it is that
yeah.
someone thinks they're buying a natural product because it said natural in it, but then if you look at the ingredients, that's actually not a natural product. It has toxic ingredients in it. So that is a challenge that the people's interest is there, but all the times are we aren't being marketed to in a fair way.
Right.
And so that can be difficult for folks to actually be consistent with what their beliefs are. And then I've also seen a huge increase of folks wanting to support Black owned brands. After George Floyd was murdered by police, I think there was a huge increase in Black owned brands going to be supported. Because I think
Got
folks
you.
understood that this was something they could do. But I often say that was a moment, that was not a movement. So for that
Mhm.
one moment, I saw this big push in my sales, but now they dropped back down to normal because people weren't creating new habits. They were just trying to support for this one moment.
Ah, got you. Got you. They were in passion, like you said, for the moment.
Yes,
So they took an action for the moment, but they didn't keep it going. And the
exactly.
point
It,
is to keep it going.
exactly.
You,
You buy deodorant every single month. So
yes, yes.
you should commit to buying deodorant from a Black owned brand. But there wasn't that commitment that was made to continue to do it. Was it for this one moment, I want to support Black owned brands. Now I'm going to go back to getting my regular stuff from Target or
Right.
Walmart.
Got you. Got you. That's a great point because I was thinking the other day how some of our products go back generations, to what our parents used to buy all the time, a certain type of hair oil or hair grease
Yep.
for our hair or
Yep.
certain type of body soap. And if we can do that same thing to your point with a Black produced and owned product, we could make it a generational product. We
Yep.
can make it something that stays in the family, something that we go get regularly.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to commit to, doing it through the online model.
Yes.
So that's,
Unfortunately.
yeah, that's the difference. It's because every Black owned product is not going to be in your, right up the street in your,
Yep.
drugstore.
And what
Right.
folks don't understand, to be right up the street in your drugstore or at the big marketplaces is expensive.
Yeah.
Black owned brands can't afford it. To be in those big, you need hundreds of thousands of dollars to be there. And
Right.
so our brands just cannot afford it. So if we commit supporting them, we have to commit to letting them ship it to us.
Exactly. Exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. Okay. So when you talk about well-being, and how these products affect our health. What were some of the things that you discovered in your research that you found interesting that we need to really consider in these products?
Mm. I think what's also interesting is that folks have to remember that your skin is your largest organ and absorbs everything. And I
Yes.
don't think a lot of folks pay attention to that. That anything, I think folks thought if I don't eat it, I'm fine. I
Right.
understand having to be thoughtful about what I eat,
Right.
but if I just put it on my body, it's fine. If I get relaxed and prepare, it's fine. That's not going to get my body. I was like, but your skin absorbs all those toxins into it. So I think I was kind of surprised at the folks who didn't understand how their skin was a barrier, just allowing all this stuff to come in it.
Huh. That's a great point. I think we get so used to our skin being there. To
Yes,
your point, we don't think about, unless it's our face. Now we can recognize when things affect the skin on our face, but
yep,
overall, we don't think about everything that touches our skin goes internally. It
exactly,
goes
exactly.
inside our
Even
body.
something little like what laundry detergent you use matters. And I'm like,
Mm.
well, why? Well, if you washed your clothes with it, then you put that shirt on. What kind of ingredients were in that laundry detergent is now going to be in your skin. And
Ah,
another thing to think about is sustainability in microplastics. When things are packaged in plastic, the plastic starts to break off in little micro pieces. That enters your skin also. So one to things that be packaged in bottles is more sustainable than things being packaged in plastics.
oh wow. Great information. Great information. Okay, well let's go ahead. So, Kristen, as we continue talking about the wonderful work you do with Blk and Grn and how your products are, you ensure that they are all clean. Tell me a little bit about the process for a vendor. Let's say someone listen to the podcast and they're interested in being on your platform. How would they go about that?
Yeah. So I will say that my standards are high. The way you
Okay.
get on Blk and Grn is you go apply, you complete an application to get on Blk and Grn. But because my standards are high, the process can take a while. So basically, what I want to do is I want to do all the legwork that so the customer doesn't have to do it. So I want to
Uh,
try your product. I'm checking the ingredients, seeing how toxic they are, seeing how good your product works. I'm looking at the past reviews you've gotten of that product. I'm looking at the packaging, how well it ships. And so it can be a long process to get on Blk and Grn. But
okay.
once you're on there, it's fantastic. So the
Wonderful.
way to apply, you can just go on Blk and Grn in the footer, just to join Blk and Grn. You can sign the application there.
Okay, wonderful. That's great that you do all the legwork for us so that we know if someone's made it to your platform, they've been thoroughly screened, and that gives us a sense
Exactly.
of confidence. I love
Exactly.
that. I love that. Now, do you accept entries from companies who, like I know there are a lot of labeling companies out there who will produce whatever skincare or cosmetic product you want and just put your specific label on it. Do you work with companies who basically hand make their own products, or do you also work
Yeah.
with companies who just get labeled?
Yeah, all of our products are handmade by the artisan.
Wonderful,
And so we
wonderful.
don't do white labeling. And so we
Got it.
don't onboard products that is a person who's going through a contract manufacturer who's just white labeling and sticking their label on the product. We want the product
Got
that
it.
the person actually created. And in all honesty, what we're looking for, it tends to have to be a handmade product. The way we're
Okay.
looking at the toxicity of the products, if you white label something, they're oftentimes going to throw a whole bunch of chemicals and junk in it that
Uh,
won't even make it onto the shelves of Blk and Grn.
Got it. So even though they say all natural, because I see the advertising a lot, let us, produce your products and put your label on it, all natural, and I'm thinking, how could it be all nat, if it was really
Mm-hmm.
that pure, it should cost a lot more, a little more than
Exactly.
that
What's
for that
it's
quality.
interesting. Yeah, the word all natural doesn't have a defined meaning. So
Mm.
people can say all natural to anything. The word green doesn't have a defined meaning. And so
Ah,
people can say their product is green. Organic has a defined meaning of what organic means. You have to use ingredients that were organic. And then the language that I use for Blk and Grn is I use language non-toxic. So we
Okay.
have verified those ingredients are not going to be toxic to your body.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that. Wonderful. So in getting your business started, you shared with us how you funded your business to get it started. So then the next question is, so how do you, in this process where you provide this platform for Black-owned businesses that have non-toxic products that they're putting out to the public, how do you monetize the process for yourself?
Yeah. So the way that we work is we work at like a marketplace, like a just the same way that Walmart or Target or Whole Foods is a marketplace where they sell products created by other people, but they sell it in their warehouse space. Blk and Grn operates the same way. So we purchase products wholesale from our vendors, then we sell them at the MSRP, the price that the artisan agreed they wanted to sell it at. We don't
Okay,
sell it for more than what the artisan says they want to agree to sell it at. So we always match the price that the artisan wanted to sell, and then we sell it for that rate. And so we purchase it at a discounted wholesale rate, and then we sell it at the full value.
got it. Beautiful. What I love so much about your process, I just love everything about it. One, that you make sure everything is non-toxic. So that takes the guesswork out of it for us, for people who
Yes,
care about their health. Two,
absolutely.
your products are all created by Black entrepreneurs. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
plus for me because I'm always searching for how can I support other Black entrepreneurs? How can I
Exactly. And the beauty of
increase?
Blk and Grn is other Black women entrepreneurs. So
Oh, yes.
our artisans are all women.
Yes. Beautiful. Yes, yes. That's my passion too. Black women entrepreneurs, which is who I
Yeah.
created this podcast for. So Black women entrepreneurs who are producing non-toxic products where a consumer can just come to one spot and find it all in different categories. Beautiful. I love that. Now, creating your business model, because I find it's very unique. Did you have any mentors as you went along in your business, or do you have any mentors for what you do? They might not be in the same business, but they just have a business mind or give you advice.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say you cannot go very far alone, but you can go further together. So
Yes.
I think the community of women and the mentorship I've gotten as I built Blk and Grn has been invaluable to what I've been able to create with Blk and Grn. And so I have mentors. I even joined groups on social media with other entrepreneurs so I can bounce questions off of them. So I was always asking questions and assuming I didn't know because I didn't know. And so
Mm,
I've always looked for other women who can help guide me in the right direction.
beautiful, beautiful. And I noticed you have a Facebook group, so a community where women can come and connect together. And
Exactly.
what is like the main thing, that the energy of that Facebook group? What does it
Yeah,
create?
I think I learned on my wellness journey that is just a journey and that the importance of a community in that journey. So I want to help provide other women who are on their wellness journey with the community of other women who are trying to be well, whether it's all natural products or whether it's changing their eating habits or whether it's changing what they watch on TV or changing the people that
Ah,
are in their circle. So
right.
I have a big mindset that the goal is to remove as much toxicity out of your life as possible. Whether it's
Ah,
a person, a product, or a food, it gotta
ah,
go.
I love it. Oh, I love that. I love that you touched on television too, because what we put in our minds, you know,
Exactly.
it should be in a holistic, energy also. That makes a difference with how our lives are lived. What would you say
Absolutely.
to date has been your greatest challenge, and what insight can you give us of what you learned from that?
Mm. I think my greatest challenge, I got to define a challenge. Um, when I think of a challenge as something that was hard for me to overcome, I think my greatest challenge was that on July the 1st, 2019, my family was in a car accident. And that I was a life-threatening car accident for me. I got a traumatic brain injury, and I was in a coma for about 30 days.
Oh,
So I was
wow.
in a hospital in a coma, and at the time I shipped and packed all Blk and Grn products. And so I think that was my biggest challenge, that I didn't have any of the systems and processes in place for someone else to run Blk and Grn when I was unable to do it. And so I think that has been my biggest learning lesson, to make sure I have my standard operating procedures, making sure I have a lot of different systems in place. So that way, if I'm not here, Blk and Grn can keep going.
Wow, wonderful. So has that led you to widen your team? Do you have people that are trained who know what to do, or people that work with you currently? How does that look?
Exactly, exactly. So I had to sit down with myself. Kristen, what are you amazing at? Kristen, what are you not so good at? And the things I wasn't so good at, I had to make sure I can get my team to support me. The challenge with building a team is capital. You need capital to hire people to help,
Yes.
which is why it's so important for people to be a thoughtful consumers. And if they want to support Black-owned business, go out and buy their products. Come to Blk and Grn and buy their products. Because when you buy from Blk and Grn, you're supporting a family. You aren't supporting
Yes.
some big corporation, some big business. You want to look down at any product that you pick out. You want to know who it's by. You want to know the founder. You want to know that that dollar you spent is supporting something else. So I think I just need more people to understand that and come and choose to shop at Blk and Grn, to vote with their dollar and buy the high quality, non-toxic products. Yes, they may cost a little bit more, but one, you can vote with your dollar, so it's a good dollar spent, and two, it can vote with your health. Like it helps your health. You're using a non-toxic product, so you can have better health outcomes.
Exactly. So the value it adds is multifold. You get to, that you're reinvesting in your own community, you're reinvesting in a Black family, you're investing in their wealth, but you're also investing
Exactly.
in your own health.
Exactly.
This is going to be a non-toxic product that either you get for yourself or you gift to someone else. Whoever you gift it to, you can feel better about what you gave them, right?
Bingo, bingo,
It's
bingo.
of
Because
top
you
quality.
exactly. And so
Wonderful.
like it's like kind of a gift that keeps on giving. And so I gave you this gift for this one occasion, but now you can keep using it. Now it's having this impact on you. So
Exactly.
it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So now you can go directly and you can purchase this product to replenish what you ordered,
Yes,
what I gave you as a gift.
I
So when you
love it.
think about your business, often as entrepreneurs, a couple of challenges that are universal, and one is being able to stay abreast of our self-care,
Mhm.
because a lot of times the passion we have for our business is for it growing and continuing. We just pour an unlimited amount of time into it. And sometimes the lines are blurred between, okay, these are the times I'm going to work the business. These are the times that I'm going to relax and focus on family or other things. So how's that process looked for you? How have you kind of navigated that process?
Self-care is like at the root of everything that I do. Because what I learned is that if I am not pouring into myself, we all know this. You can't pour from an empty cup. And so the main way that I can make sure that my cup stays full, if I have to invest in my self-care. Well, what does that mean? Because self-care looks different from everybody. So I had to
Yes.
figure out, what does my self-care mean? So for me, I need to go to yoga. I know that when I go to yoga or when I work out, I mentally feel better. I
Mm,
know I need to eat well. When I may crave sugar, I may crave junk, but I know that after I eat that stuff, I'm not going to feel good. And so
yes.
part of my self-care routine is being honest and true to what I know, what I eat and how it makes me feel. Another part of my self-care routine is talking to other Black women and hearing about their dreams and their passions. That
Oh,
feeds me. And so because
yeah.
I know that feeds me, I have to make sure I intentionally set up time to do that every week, because I know it helps fill my cup.
Ah, I love that. I love that. And that's a new one. I've heard when I've asked people about self-care, being fed by connecting with other women entrepreneurs.
Yes,
That's a big
yes.
one for me too. So I love that you shared that. I want our listeners to think about the things that feed them emotionally and spiritually
Yes,
as
yes.
part of self-care, not just the physical things we can do. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
exercise is wonderful, yoga is wonderful, meditation is wonderful, but also being fed mentally and emotionally, like you spoke to, with being fed by listening to other women entrepreneurs. Just that energy is
Exactly,
great.
exactly.
And I think a close cousin or probably a twin to self-care is self-love, because
Yes,
when you have that love for yourself, you're more willing to take that time to figure out what makes you,
yes,
what feeds you, what
yes.
fills your cup, what makes you feel
Exactly,
better,
exactly.
and also to give yourself permission to carve out those times. You
Yes, yes. That's
know,
what it
those
is. I
things.
think we have to love ourselves enough to think we're deserving of the time. I think
Yes,
it's so easy for Black women to always see what someone else sees our time. We need to always give, 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 give. And sometimes giving to ourselves feels selfish. And so
yes,
I want to change that narrative that no, giving to myself helps me be better for you. So
right.
it's still connected. I can still be a very giving person and take care of myself.
Exactly, exactly. Because I can never know how good I can be for you or how much
Yes,
I can have to give if I don't take good care of myself.
yes, exactly.
So, in your business journey, what would you say you found that you love most and you love like least about being an entrepreneur?
Yes, I think what I love the most is when I talk to another entrepreneur. Just say I decide I want to give them a chance and I want to use their product. They're so happy. I think the
Yes,
joy I feel when someone has this idea and they brought it to life and I'm helping that dream live on, that makes me so happy. I think when I
wonderful.
get those emails from women who say, "Hey, Kristen, thank you." They don't usually know my name, but they say, "Hey, thank you for setting up Blk and Grn. This has been so helpful for helping me find products. I told myself I wanted to find all natural products, but I didn't know where to look. Thank you for
Right,
making that easier for me." So I think those two moments have been moments that give me joy, that remind me why I created what I created. Yeah, those make me really, really happy. I'm really proud of those moments.
beautiful, beautiful. And what would you say you like least about being an entrepreneur?
What I like least about being the entrepreneur is probably the marketing piece of it. I'm not a natural marketer. Like I'm a
Mm,
natural connecting with people. But
got it.
something I'm learning is that I don't like marketing in the traditional sense, but just showing up and being authentic is marketing in a way. If I can just
Yes,
talk true, real, and be and I'm not following the trends. I don't know what the
right.
different waves are. I'm just being real and authentic. And that lands. And so I'm very blessed at how well that has landed because Blk and Grn has not done a lot of traditional marketing and paid advertisement. One, we can't afford it, and two, we just haven't done it. We are going to have to do some of it to scale. Unfortunately, I think we've probably reached as much as we can reach organically, so we
Got
will
it.
have to invest in it. But I was able to grow Blk and Grn to amazing without it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, looking at your business and your business model, what would you say? What are some resources or some systems you've used that's helped you keep your business going and growing?
What are some systems I've used?
Some systems or some resources, because and I'm thinking because a lot of times we see, like, if you're on social media, you see advertisements for, let me manage your social media, let me do your branding, let me get a marketing plan together for you. And looking at all these options, an entrepreneur, especially someone just starting out, can be very confused to think, do I need all that? Or how would I use that? Or what do I
Mm-hmm,
really need to get going or to keep going? So I'm just
mm-hmm.
interested to know what systems or what resources have you found useful in your business?
Mm. My first instinct is like, no, you don't need all that. So that's my first instinct. I think my biggest resource I have used is not even a system. It's just simple, writing everything down. I think
Okay.
I was so used to having all this stuff in my head
Ah,
and then operating off of it, but recognizing with it here, I couldn't share it with anyone else and I couldn't replicate what I was doing. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is just writing everything down. So that way I can keep track of it. So that way I can make sure I remember to do it the right way. And that way I can share the process with someone else. So I think creating a standard operating procedures for all of the things I do, whether it's posting on social media, how do you onboard a new artisan? How do you find a new brand? How do you look for at your data? No matter what I'm doing, I always try to have a standard way that I'm doing it. So that way I can share it and I can remember exactly how it's done.
got it. Wonderful. Where do you see your business 5 years from now, Kristian?
5 years from now, I I see my business 5 years from now kind of growing and expanding. That right now we are a marketplace where we sell all natural products created by Black women. I see my business also growing that I hear a lot of Black women who say, hey, I was looking for this product. I couldn't find this product. So I start mixing it myself, DIYing it. I shared it with my friends and my family. They all love it. They told me I should start a business, but I don't know what to do. So I want to also have a piece of my business where I am not a consulting, but kind of partnering with other Black women who have these ideas to kind of take their idea and turn it to fruition. So you can get to a point where they can start a business. So
Beautiful.
that is another piece of the pie that I want to do more work on is I kind of hand holding other women who are creators to kind of create their full businesses and also grow Black and Green. I want to touch more people in fill my gaps. So any place where I have a gap where I'm not getting everyone, I want to make sure I touch those gaps.
Okay, wonderful. I love that. I love that. We can definitely use, I know there's a lot of people out there with dreams and with ideas and they just don't know how to take the next step. That would be excellent to have that you as a resource to help them along the
Exactly,
way.
exactly.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. Now, the holidays are coming up. What type of specials do you have going on for the holiday process?
Yeah. I'm so excited that we are doing this bundle builder. Is kind of what the
Okay.
idea is. And
Uh-huh.
we want to, I'll tell you a couple of the challenges that we're trying to address. That
Okay.
people sometimes thinking buy an all natural product is too expensive and I can't afford it. And so because they think they can afford it, they don't even try. And so what we
Ah,
want to do is we want to create a bundle builder where we select some of our best sellers from our website where you can go in and select. I also am hearing that Black and Green is overwhelming because we have lots of products on there now and people just don't
okay.
know where to go. So we're going to shrink it down to make it a little bit smaller and say, all right, you can select a product out of face, a product out of hair, a product for body, a product that is for a supplement, and a product for, I think I forgot one, face, body, supplements,
Hair.
skin, and wellness. And so you can pick
Okay.
one of those products for all the ones that we sell, and that way you can try them. So you can try 5 products for $55. So
Oh,
it's a way for
wow.
you to get access to products without it costing a lot. You can find some of your new favorites. And the beauty of this is that you can pick those 5 products. You can say, "Ooh, I want to keep these 2 products, but I'm going to gift the other 3." So it allows
Ah,
you to gift yourself and give someone else during the holiday.
beautiful. I love that idea. So that's during the holiday season. When does that start?
Yeah, we're going to probably start at the beginning of next week and run it until our products run out.
Oh, wonderful. I love that. I'm gonna definitely be taking advantage of that. You can't beat that
Absolutely.
because to your point, you want to try so many things and you really don't know where to start, but you're now giving the consumer an option to just try things in all different areas and to
Exactly.
purchase great holiday gifts too. I love
Exactly.
that. I'm
Exactly.
excited about that too. I can't
Yes,
wait.
I'm glad you're excited. I mean, at the
I
end of the
can't wait.
day, one of the most important things of Black and Green was to keep things easy. So sometimes wellness and health can feel so,
Overwhelming, yes.
yeah. So we just want to keep it easier. We can make it easier for you. So that way folks are more likely to consume it when they know it's easier
Yes.
for them to handle.
Yes, got you. Because with all the other stress in life, we simplicity wins hands
Exactly.
down all the time. So I love
Exactly.
that you had the foresight to create that for us. So as we wrap up, Kristian, it's been so wonderful spending this time with you, but I just want to ask you a couple of what we call fun personal questions, just so that our
Oh,
audience can know you on the personal level. They know the businesswoman, Kristian, but this is
I
going to
love
allow
it.
them to know the personal woman, Kristian. The first question is, what was your favorite childhood game?
My favorite childhood game,
Yes.
Monopoly. I love Monopoly. I still love Monopoly. And I was so good at Monopoly that my cousins wouldn't want to play me. Um, and we have serious late night games of playing Monopoly. But in all honesty, what I loved about Monopoly is that it would take hours and hours.
Yes,
This is a
yes,
long game.
it
And so
is.
getting all my cousins to connect and we just talk and play for hours and hours. I think
Right.
that's what I really loved at the end of the day.
Yes, that experience of togetherness. Beautiful.
Exactly.
What who was your celebrity childhood crush?
Ooh, my celebrity childhood crush. Mm. I'm thinking of the person I can think now is wasn't around when I was a child, but the first person I'm thinking of is Michelle Obama. I feel like
Ah,
I can't. I know I'm going to meet her, and I cannot
right.
wait to meet her. We're gonna have dinner together, and we're gonna just
Uh-huh.
have an amazing time together. So I guess that's not
Yeah.
really a childhood because that was a little
Right.
bit. I was a little bit older.
Right.
Although I kind of was connected with Michelle before Barack was president. So I feel like I have an earlier connection with her.
Yes, yes, yes. You're a true fan. You didn't just jump on the
Exactly.
bandwagon.
Exactly.
Beautiful. I'll take that any day. I'm with you. I would love to meet her.
Yes.
Okay, now, what's your favorite season of the year, Kristian?
My favorite season of the year has historically always been summer, but
Oh,
I'm really liking the fall too.
yes, yes.
So I'm liking the fall and summer, but it's interesting they asked that question. So I was just talking to a friend about seasons. I said all four seasons are necessary. We need them all, and so
Yes,
I kind of want to get in the position where I'm not dreading one, looking for another one, but
right,
I accept it and
right,
get what that season is for out that season.
right, right. Love the goodness in every one of them. I get your
Exactly,
point.
exactly.
Yes, yes. And the very last one, what is your favorite food or favorite meal?
Ooh, my favorite food is a crab cake. That's why I
Ah.
will not be vegan because thought about going vegan and I'm this close, but I can't give up my crab cakes though.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Again, thank you so much, Kristian. I'm so happy you took your time out to share your knowledge, your entrepreneur experience with us. We look forward to patronizing your website. I'm going to be sure to put in the podcast notes how people can contact you and get on your website and
Absolutely,
buy something.
absolutely.
So thank you so much. I wish you wellness and great success in what you're doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for putting this together and doing this podcast and like bringing all these entrepreneurs out. Thank you for having the time and reaching out so I can be a part of your vision.
Thank you. So we appreciate you and be well.
All right.